Howdy, howdy, folks. Welcome to Grim Gaming. This is Grim. Today is March 19th, 2025. We're going to be playing the daily challenge on GeoGuessr. Um, we're going to be continuing our streak that is currently at 442 days. Sorry if I appear winded. I just got off the treadmill. Yes. 442 days in the streak. We're going to hit 443 today, hopefully with a decent score. Got a couple decent scores over here. We'll see what we can come up with. As always, there are 5 3-minute rounds. Moving, panning, zooming is allowed. We will not be moving. And let's see where we are. This looks like it's going to be Argentina, maybe. Black car. Not entirely certain where this is. Cabo Blanco. I assume it's not going to be um, Uruguay. Looks like it's probably going to be somewhere in the maybe maybe further south, Chubut or Santa Cruz province. I doubt Cabo Blanco is going to be. There's a Cabo Rosso. Cabo means bay, right? Cabo Blanco. Maybe this one? I don't know. Could be wrong. This could be like this could be 100% wrong, but it could be like a seawall type thing. Um, I don't know if that's the case or not. Maybe the water's over there. Um, I don't see any. Oh, there's a street right there. Okay, so what about? Could possibly be here, maybe. Not 100% certain. Cabo Blanco would be that way, and then kind of basically south would be this area here. That could work. We're gonna go with it. It was not. It was this spot down here where it actually had the thing there. Cabo Blanco Lighthouse, built in 1917, still stands today. Interesting. I did not see a Cabo Blanco lighthouse from this area. Um, but yeah, I guess yeah, that makes more sense with it, being that rather than this wider thing. Still not too bad for an Argentina guess. Like I said, I thought it was going to be either Santa Cruz or Chubut area, but then I started thinking Cabo meaning like I believe it means Cape actually, um, yeah, you see like because Bahia means bay, but you see like Cabo and like um stuff like that. So interesting, yeah. So not a bad one. This looks like it could be Canada or the U.S. Um, Not 100% certain. These signs there don't really look all that US to me, but this maybe could be Canada. Can't really tell. I don't see the I don't think that's the Canadian sign that but the problem is I have no idea where this would be. Like, this is really just like generic, like here, maybe up here. Hell, I could even see it over on PEI type. It was just Missouri. Okay. I am glad I went that way. It's not too bad. All right, we have water off to the kind of west over here. Is this like Italy or something like that? I see a wooden pole. That's the only reason I'm thinking that. Can't read that. I think it's like a beer brand. I think I've seen that beer brand in like Croatia and stuff like that maybe, but I don't know if this is going to be Croatia. I have a small antenna there. I'm not sure if that helps. Water to the south and the west. There's a big thing there. It could be something in Croatia. Could be like somewhere there. Um, could maybe be something like that. Maybe I don't know. It goes somewhere like that. It could be split, maybe. Yeah, it's just water straight, like it's to the northwest. If so, it would be somewhere like that. Um, it could be something like this as well. We'll go there. It was actually over here in Montenegro. Not as big of a, maybe it's bigger than I thought. Not a terrible guess. Unfortunately, yeah, two countries away, but technically one country away, but you have the entire coastline there of um, Croatia. So I did not see. Was there a? I don't think with this antenna there would be, but I don't see any sky rifts. Sometimes in Monty and Albania you do get those sky rifts. So I am glad I got the Adriatic Sea at least. Okay, we got like I'm thinking like Peru or something like that, but I don't know what these are here. I wish I was one click up. I don't know what these bollards are. Is it actually just going to be Bolivia though? Like you do see these brick buildings here. It could be Bolivian brick. Um, kind of northeast. It's either that or we're kind of real close. This might be the ocean right here to the southwest. So this might be um something like down this way. Um, maybe there, something like that. Maybe it was nice. I should have actually probably guessed a an actual road and gotten it, but yeah, super happy with that. I almost didn't notice that ocean out there. Like I said, I almost didn't notice that. If I hadn't, then I probably would have gone somewhere completely different. But we have had Elo. No, we haven't had Elo. Maybe we've had Takna and Ita, right? Ita, Ika. Yeah, we've had Takna and Ika before. Here before. Maybe we've had ET. I don't know if we've had this one before on this streak, but we shall see. What do we have here? Russia, maybe? Looks like blue on the plates though, so maybe not. Cause okay, yeah, that makes sense. Problem is, what in the world? It's a car that is jumping. Definitely EU, because there's blue on those plates. I almost think this is like Hungary or something like that. Um, maybe it's Romania. Could that be Romanian? Danube, yeah, Danube. So this is the Danube. So it's definitely going to be Romanian. Not so west, north and west is the Danube. Could be something like is it ever somewhere like this? Northwest, kind of south. No, because it would be south southeast going down. I'm just trying to figure out where there's. Man, 'cause I would think there would be right there. Where's the tornado over here? Could be. No, I don't think so. Okay, okay, I take that. I was thinking this is the thing, and I was like, no, it doesn't. Like it's going the wrong way, so it's not there. So keep looking. I clicked there because you could see there was something on the other side, and there's obviously now smart. This might have been on there. Smarten? Maybe not. I don't know. No, it's just SC new trains this art. Casa de Billet. No. Smart, yeah, smart instruments. Casa de Billet. No. Huh. Interesting. That was an accidental 5K. Like I said, the timer was running out, and I still had my spot down here. And like I said, the road was facing the wrong way to go here. Um, but I was trying to find a ferry across the Danube. That's what I was. That's my whole purpose there. I was trying to find a ferry across the Danube. So we had one there, and then, but like I said, the road was going the wrong way, so I started working my way up this direction. But nothing was really working, and I had to have something that was on the other. Like I had to have a place where there's stuff on two sides of the river, because otherwise you wouldn't have a ferry there, you know. Um, and then I looked out here, and realized it split. I guess it continues on up that way. Um, but yeah, you need something on both sides to make the ferry reasonable. Like I said, you know, could be there, but And I clicked there right at the end, but I saw this ferry point was facing the wrong way, so I didn't think it was there. So I was continuing up to look for more, and I honestly probably would have guessed right here, based on this, because the road is kind of going southeast like it was, not how it was supposed to be, but there is a southeasterly road, um, and northwest, thing. So I probably would have clicked here since I wasn't going to be zoomed in all the way here to actually see that this is a building. Like, I probably would have clicked right there and gone with that, but I ran out of time, and that running out of time actually helped me out. Wow. So that was a gold medal. We take that. Bronze, silver, gold. Not my highest scoring game, but other than this round here, that was actually a very good game. For the size countries involved, um, like basically almost a 5K in Argentina. I should have 5K'd it, um, based on how much more um, sharper this curve is here compared to where I guessed, and you can see the triangle there. But I was running from Cabo Blanco, following the road down here, and I came to the first T, and I saw that it, did have a little bit of this thing. I ran out of time anyway, but if I had followed it back any further, I'd have seen this here, and that would have probably gotten me the 5K, because I'm pretty sure I would have guessed there. Um, yeah, basically, if I had actually um, decided to match my, this is a very east-west road, like very east-west, and you can actually in the distance see that it turns this direction. Um, so if I had actually, oh my god, and there's even railroad tracks. Is there railroad tracks on here? Oh my god, there is. Yeah, I should have 5K'd this. I 100% should have 5K'd this. There's the curve in the railroad tracks. There's probably a road curve up here. Um, so curve in the railroad tracks, road going off there. Yeah, I 100% should have 5K'd this. Guessing in this area. If I had had the sense to actually look there, because I clicked there and then I continued looking up the coast. But if I'd actually looked in this area, um, like I said, this straight east-west road, railroad tracks right there, which I completely missed. I should have 5K'd that. So that's 3 points I should have 5K'd. There. Well, lucky 5K there. So I could have 5K'd 3 points with that lucky one there. These two here, 100%, easily 5Kable if you know what you're doing. Um, this one here, like I said, I lucked out of that because I thought this was not the right one and would have gone with this one here if I had gotten up to it in time. Just because the road seemed to match a little bit better, in my opinion. Like I said, I was looking for a uh, southeasterly road, but I was expecting the port thing, or the ferry terminal right there. I'm not sure why there's a ferry terminal right there. I guess it's right there, maybe. I don't know, but I would have expected it, close to the actual thing. So that little ferry guard shack, whatever it is here. Um, I would have expected it to be right at the ferry, and like I said, I thought this was. I couldn't see up this way. I thought this was the ferry right here, not someplace down here. Um, but yeah. Anyway, So accidental 5K there, and then the two that I should have 5K'd, I didn't. This here, like I said, um, I was looking for something that looked like that, but let's be real, it kind of looks similar to that over here. Like in the fact that I had city up this direction to the northwest, water straight to the east and south, and then land further on. And I thought that it might be um, the Adriatic, um, but I didn't know if it was Italy over here. It could have been something like this, but this didn't make any sense here. Um, could have been Croatia. Like I said, I mean, I looked at Split, but you know, this made less sense because if you're down here with the city up here, you don't have the stuff here. So, like, you'd have to be like maybe up here, but that wouldn't really make sense with the layout there. Maybe if I had gone down a little bit further and actually looked, I could have seen it, but I don't think so. Like, I honestly just don't think I could have gotten it without being lucky, or really knowing that area very well. But yeah, so that was the main loss there, and then this was actually quite lucky there. I mean, um, I had a lot of area to cover because I said that's just flat like agricultural land anywhere over here, up here. You even see like flat agricultural land up in like this area up here. PEI could look something similar to that, maybe parts of Nova Scotia. Um, it just like I wasn't 100% certain, but it kind of looked Midwest. So that's where I went, and like I said, got pretty lucky on that. If I guessed anywhere other than where I did on here, I would not have gotten the gold. Um, but anyway, the main thing though is that we did continue that streak, and today we have boom more and more. We're getting better and better going up through here. Um, so super stoked about that. To be honest with you, I hate when I have days like this here, and then, and then they start happens early in the week. I got the entire week to look at it. But anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. Y'all have a good day and be safe.